chicks for licking me. Like a magnet or something. I don't know what I ever did, but my mom took me to school one time. My mom worked at the school, in the cafeteria. I went with her to work one day. Guess what happens? A girl found me and hung around me, wrote me letters. I even met her after school. My parents would drive me to somewhere to pick her up or drop me off, and we'd meet at the Turkey Hill Manor Street. At Turkey Hill there by the Manor Shopping Center. That's where my parents dropped me off there, and that's where she was at. It was Crystal. She lived on Crystal Street. It's always a woman. Always a woman around my life.
And you said guys are assholes.
Guys are assholes. Backstab motherfuckers, yeah. I don't like guys. I don't get along with guys. I'm not like them. I'm different than them. I don't know nothing to do with them. I'm a completely different person. Like I said, I was not from Earth. I'm from a different planet.
It's so funny. The little girl.
It's the truth.
The little girl showed you her cunt in 2nd grade.
Yes.
It's just fucking funny.
Nobody does that.
So
that's 1972 now.
Now, how did she exactly do that? I mean,
when you go to Catholic school, you wear skirts.
Yeah, and you're in your little school desks. So what
she turned around and she stood up and said, "Look, there's a pussy right in front of my face."
And that happened in 2nd grade. Wow.
72, 73, something like that. I swear on the fucking Bible. There's the Bible. I swear on it. It's the fucking truth.
How much 10 hour cost?
Yeah, there is a sister.
Nobody does that shit. Nobody does that shit anymore. They flash titties, but that's about it. She showed me her fucking cunt.
In 2nd grade.
She was alright looking. I mean, I would have banged her now. I mean, I got older, but back then, what do you know about that?
You're funny. You're funny.
It's the truth.
You're really funny.
It's the truth.
You're funny. You are. You're hysterical. Okay, so my 2nd grade, the stupid nun, she used to take kids in the front of the room and slap their bottoms with a yardstick.
1st grade.
And she was kicked out.
I shot a rubber band in 1st grade, right? You know what the nun did to me? The teacher took me in front of the desk, took a rubber band, put it around my wrist, and started snapping it. Constantly.
Yeah, then
She did that to me.
Yeah. Sean George Keebler.
Because parents sign agreement, yes, you're allowed to be punished in school. Okay, son, you can do that, so they're going to do their punishment way, how they do it. She put a rubber band around my wrist and started snapping it in front of everybody. Because I shot a rubber band as a kid. That's what she did to me.
So Sean George Keebler, the sister, whatever the hell their names are, Catherine.
And to this day, my parents had that same teacher over. They're friends now. Parents are friends with this teacher from 1st grade. This nun comes over to the house all the time in a nun suit, right? Drinks down at the bar with Dad, Mom, and drinks wine, have dinner. Almost every other day she's there drinking. And the neighborhood sees this shit. Then my parents are getting a reputation. They're getting nuns drunk now. It was fucked up, man. This nun was my 1st grade teacher. Here I'm 17 or 18, whatever. My Chevelle stuff. My 1st grade teacher comes over all the time and drinking with my mom and dad. Or my mom's just afternoon drinking. My dad's at work and she comes over drinking with my mom. She drinks beer and shit in the kitchen. Everybody knows it.
Wow.
Yeah, it happened constantly. For months and months. But it was my 1st grade teacher that punished me with a rubber band. We never talked. I don't really talk to her. Her name was Sister Charlotte. But I don't ever really talk to her. Hey, I say hi, whatever. I don't get into conversations with her. So I have regret to her. But I'm 17, 18 now. That was when I was fucking 1971, when I was 7 years old. That was, it was like 10, 11 years later. But now my parents are friends with her, and she goes over and drinks. Mom used to drink all the time, during the day. And she come over and visit my mom and drink.
You're not alone.
She was from Baltimore, Maryland. I remember that. My parents told me that.
So Sister Goretti was an asshole, and what she did was she humiliated little children and took their pants down to show their asses off to the whole fucking classroom and spanked them with a yardstick.
That's what your mom would do to you, so why not that, you do that to you, right?
So
They have that pointer, that thing you point at the fucking blackboard.
Yeah.
You would snap it on your desk.
yeah, and then
They
she
fucking do that shit too.
eventually got fired, but it took her a long time to get fired. But you know, yeah, you know how to do that. You know how to humiliate a little
No.
child like that.
That's your punishment.
In
Your
second grade.
If your parent signs that agreement, they can punish you in school. They'll think of any kind of way to punish you. And your parents agreed to it.
No. Sister Goretti did that to everybody in school. Oh, and this was fucking fun as hell. Okay, this is funny as hell. Okay, funny as heaven. I'm sorry, funny as heaven. Okay, my dad actually walked in there when she was abusing children.
But I guess he didn't have a cell phone, did he?
but he's like,
He couldn't take a picture.
you know, at that point in time, you could visit children. You were allowed to visit children in the classroom.
Yeah.
So he was allowed to sit there. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, she was so fucking mad at my dad. Like, you're watching me abuse these kids. Like, she's like, Sister Goretti, screaming, hell from hell. Okay. Sister
What
from
Catholic school was this?
hell.
Oh, St. Mary's.
Sacred Heart School.
Sacred Heart, yeah.
Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
On,
I know.
yeah.
I never was in that building. I know where it is. Because we used to drive, the school bus used to stop there and pick kids up. And the kids they picked up from Sacred Heart always had candy because they sold candy there. They had these fishies. I like the Swiss fish. They always had kids with candy coming on the bus.
Swedish.
I love them things. Yeah.
Little red.
That's where I started eating them, I guess.
Little gummy bear Swiss.
But the bus would go over there, pick a couple kids up, and then keep going on a route. Yep, remember that.
You can come now, Joey.
This was like 72, 73, 74, somewhere around there. Way long time ago.
Don't think you fancy
You weren't even in school at that time.
You read it in a story.
You might have been first grade.
Someone else.
But you were going to get picked up by our bus. We had the fucking, we had a county bus, whatever, drive us every fucking where in the world. So it was like an hour to get home half the time. All the stops and pickups and
Your
shit.
dad had a dog.
But I was on that route.
He used to run up the island.
So everyone
It
has
would
always.
stop way up in the neighborhood. I like from here to the fucking ATM away where my house was.
Yeah. So explain this to me again. You were always continually fucked with. It's like everybody else, you know, they might do something wrong and they don't get fucked with, and you were. And that happened all throughout your life.
Up to this day, yes.
I mean, you know, we had a similar story of, you know.
That's why, right now, this is why it made me so aggressive to people.
Yeah.
That made me that way.
There is
I guess
a.
it made me do things to you that I shouldn't be doing. You know, maybe that's why I do that.
So then the guy that smashed your head in the concrete, okay, that day, the girlfriend thing, okay. Like, no, I'm not.
It always happens to me.
Yeah, so what?
Sober or drunk, it always happened, no matter which way I was.
Alright, so for no reason, I mean, he just hates you, and he just.
Well, I hated him. He's in my house that I'm paying rent for.
Wow.
With her daughter upstairs, and all the kids go to school, and she stayed home with him. Every fucking day. What kind of life did he have? Where did his parents come from? You know? What's his issue? He was on my property.
Right.
I'm paying rent there.
Did he
I'm paying
bash?
$550 a month for a house.
Okay, he bashed your head into the
Boy,
concrete.
he hit me and I felt my bicycle.
Oh,
I fell off the bike and
Alright.
crashed to the ground.
yeah.
I don't know what happened after that.
Right.
I just remember I was a kid.
That was a
I'm
big.
on West Side Avenue, you know. Oh, another West Side Avenue story.
How are you going to blow? You know, with that fancy hand.
Her cousin came over. Darla came over. Picked the wife up.
We'll not get that one in a harness.
And I'm ready to get in, and she pulls away. And my hands on the handle. And she's going like 20 miles an hour. I'm fucking following. I'm holding on to the fucking car going on the road. I finally let go, fell backwards. Luckily, there was nobody behind the car, and I got ran over. That was another bit sad story. Oh, another story was the neighbor next door. He gave me this nice turntable. He gave me some shit. I used his name for getting fingerhood. I used his mail for fingerhood to get fingerhood for us. I mailed it in. It's fraudulently done. We started arguing about all this shit. I'm out in the front lawn. I pulled a piece of wood off the fucking the railing. So I picked it up, started wicking it around. The cops showed up. They got me. He got scot-free. They got me. I mean, all this dumb shit happens to me, man. All this dumb shit. No, I went out there and ripped this fucking piece of wood, ripped a piece of wood off the railing, the fence, or wherever it was. I start swinging at him. Someone saw it. Maybe my wife called it. Somebody called the cops. They pulled up, saw me doing this. Oh, another time, same house, same problem. I hid upstairs. I hid in the attic, and I put my foot to the door. They couldn't get it. I bust in. Their sergeant was there because that day I took a handful of pills. Mental problems. I stood in that fucking doorway. They could not open that door. They could not beat that door down because I had my feet up against it. The sergeant, their boss was there. And I could hear them talking out in the hallway. Well, eventually they left. Later on that day, something happened. I ran up the attic. I hid down a cubby hole. They came in and found me. They found me hiding. I was way down on the eave of the house, way down this fucking doorway. Little cubby hole. Opened it up and went in there. I closed it. They found me. I forget what happened to that. So yeah, there's a lot of shit happening West Avenue.
And I love the story about in your neighborhood, Motorheads. That was the Motorhead heaven in your neighborhood. All these.
Quaker Hills, man, ruled Motorheads, man.
Okay,
My
so.
sugar's dropping.
Uh-oh.
Told you it's going to happen.
Okay.
I took that shot earlier, was it 3 hours ago? What time? 11:30? What time was it when I took it?
Alright, so quickly,
I can feel it.
that little girl.
I don't listen.
Okay, it was.
Fuck. Oh, God, fuck. I'm getting a sugar low.
Okay, never mind.
4 minutes